Cook was the first woman to be recognized as a Universalist preacher. This is a story about her. In 1779, Maria was born in New York State. She was born during the American and British War for Independence. When Maria was 4, the Americans won the war, and then when she was 8, the Constitution was delivered. A document that says we get freedom of speech and freedom of belief, where everyone gets a vote. Now, Maria Cook wanted to find a religion that was as independent and free-thinking as the American democracy. Maria chose to be a Universalist. You see, Universalism, that's one of our 2 UU grandparent religions, says that God loves all people, each and every one of us, that we're all special and saved. Not all religions talk about people in this way. And that's why Universalism was so special for Maria. Maria knew that even though the Constitution and Universalism both said that everyone had certain freedoms, most people couldn't fully participate in society or religion this way. Maria felt like she had to share her vision with the world. She left her family home when she was 30 and started to preach. She wanted everyone to hear about Universalism from a woman. All over New York and Pennsylvania, even up into Canada, she traveled. She went to people's houses, to stores, and to congregations, talking about Universalism. Maria wanted to help make a space for women in religion, like no one had done before. And she did. In 1811, she spoke at the Universalist Western Association, kind of like the UUA, addressing her colleagues and the crowds. A Universalist church gave Maria Cook a letter of fellowship, which is why today we remember her as the first woman to be a Universalist preacher. Many communities welcomed the vision and wisdom of Maria, but mostly just for a short while. Universalism wasn't really ready for a woman leader back then. One time, she was put in jail. It was 1813, several years after she had become a well-recognized woman in Universalism. The police came to arrest her. Maria didn't argue, but instead practiced passive resistance. She knew they could arrest her even without good reason. The police had to carry her all the way to jail because she refused to walk. In jail, she shared her opinions and beliefs with her fellow inmates about Universalism and being a woman. After a few weeks, the judge eventually let her go. Maria continued to travel in different towns, preaching about Universalism. Even in the face of authority, she found peaceful ways to express her views, like when she refused to walk to jail. All her life, Maria spoke out for what she believed in and did what she thought was right. Even though Maria is recognized as the first woman to be a Universalist preacher, she was never actually ordained and never had her own congregation. In fact, she didn't think that religion, full of men at that time, was really ready for a female minister. There was much more work to be done before Universalism would accept the leadership of women or other gendered people. A woman preaching in the 1800s was a radical idea, and not everyone liked it. It wasn't until 50 years after Maria Cook that Olympia Brown became the first woman to be ordained as a Universalist minister. Universalists were finally ready for change and fearless leadership. Maria Cook helped to shape that path toward a more caring, beloved community. Unitarian Universalism is a faith that works hard to encourage everyone to have a voice and a vote in decisions. Unitarian Universalism, thanks to the legacies of Maria Cook and Olympia Brown, and many, many others, welcomes people of any gender in the pulpit and in the congregation. UUs believe that everyone should have a voice and a vote to make an impact on society, to help lift each other up and be heard.